to be doing a channeled message, like pick a group. So I've said in one of my other videos, I've been feeling so called to do channeled messages lately. There have been so many divine beings that have really just wanted to get so many messages out. So the Archangels have been so loud with me. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I want you to pick group 1, 2, or 3. And then we're just gonna see which Archangel shows up for which group. I just know 3 are coming today. So we'll see who reveals themselves. So just meditate on either the timestamps below or just whatever number resonates with you, 1, 2, or 3. And then go ahead and head over to the message that your Archangel is bringing to you. And I'm just gonna get started. All right, so if you chose group number 1, this Archangel has a message for you, and I have Archangel Chamuel, or however you want to pronounce it. Super pink aura, that's all I can say, super pink aura with this Archangel. Oh man, and they are bringing me straight down to my heart, and we are all about heart center on this channel, so that makes total sense. Total sense. Okay, so what does Chamuel have for group 1? Saying heart blossoming. Heart blossoming, heart opening. I feel this, he's showing me this rejuvenation of your heart center. Oh my gosh, this is what we've been wanting to see because we've had so much heart work in all the videos I've been doing lately. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a rejuvenation. It's an enlivenment, and it's so funny because there's like a little kid running behind me. So it really is that. It's about finding that joy in your heart again and finding that childlike love in your heart again. He's saying that those in this group, you've been through so much. You've been through so much, and you've been through so much work. You have, oh my gosh, like the universe sees you. The universe sees you and how your heart has been, you've been melting the ice. He's just showing me like there's like ice melting around your heart center. And you've been healing. You've been healing and you've been listening to your heart, and you've really taken the time to understand why it was frozen, why it was locked up, why there were so many layers of all of this shadow and all of this constriction around it. And now that all those layers are, you've been peeling them away. You've been peeling them away. And it's funny because he's showing me a candy wrapper, and it's like you've been peeling away all the wrapper. And now you're getting to the chocolate in the center. You're getting to the really, you know, the part that you want, the part that everyone wants. What you desire. I don't know, he's just showing me those like little lint candies where you take the wrapper off and then there's this like chocolate truffle in the middle, and it melts, and it's such an experience, right? Oh my gosh, and the sun is just like blasting on me right now, so I really feel like, yeah, your heart is thawing and the light is coming out on it. You're definitely, the light in your heart is really, really starting to come out. Whew, okay. So he's saying that there are, oh my gosh, this light is blasting on me. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to move. Sorry guys, I really had to move. I was getting blasted over there, and it's really crazy because I had to slosh through a bunch of mud. Even though I was walking on like a bunch of sunny grass, it was so muddy. So I'm really taking that as, yeah, there's a hawk flying right above me. Yeah, I'm taking that as a huge sign, like you have gone through the trenches, you have gone through all the mud that your heart is being surrounded by, and you're moving to a new place. You're moving to a new place. You're moving to, oh my gosh, like, you've done the work. You've done the work. All right, let me tune back in because I was like, there's so muddy here. Whew, okay. Getting back in the center, getting back in the zone. Archangel Camiel. Okay, so he's showing me that those in this group, you've been receiving or are receiving or are about to receive. You've been getting a lot of insight. You've been getting a lot of spiritual insight, a lot of energetic downloads. I keep seeing energy coming down on top of someone's head. So in some way, shape, or form, you've been receiving information about insight into what's ahead. Insight into what you're moving into, rather. Not just what's ahead, but what you're moving into for this, for your heart. What the next chapter is with this new heart that you've cultivated for yourself. There's been, no, I don't want to say it's been, I just feel like you are moving into so much growth and you are growing, and there's been like all this work that you've been doing has just been creating higher and higher branches of your tree. Like if your growth is your tree, you have been creating branches that are reaching newer heights and taller heights. Like you are quite literally, is what he's showing me, are creating a new life for yourself through this. You really are. You're creating new life, and you're creating an entirely different soil in which new things can come and grow. Like you have completely like changed the garden of your heart to allow new things to flourish. And he's saying abundance, like there are going to be so many things that are going to be growing that you could never have imagined, that could never have grown in the soil that was there before you started the work. Because that soil is showing me was like dead and gone. You know, it was dead and gone. And there were many in this group who were, for some reason, still trying to cultivate in that. And that's what this process was showing you, was nothing is going to grow in that soil anymore. You have to turn it over. You have to compost it. You have to like create it in a way. You have to overturn it, essentially. You have to overturn it so that new life could grow in there, so that it could support the things that you are trying to call in and the things that you are trying to move into. Okay. He's saying those in this group really need to look back and give yourself a pat on the back. It's like cherish yourself. He's saying you need to really applaud yourself and be grateful for yourself that you went through this, because you essentially set a new stage. Set the stage for a new phase of your life. Did I say face? Phase. Maybe I meant face. Okay, take that how that resonates. All right. Okay, that's interesting. There are new things opening in your mind. So the visual he's giving me here is like there are little, it's like he's just showing me like people's heads are opening up and new things are kind of like, their door is opening up, like new possibilities are opening up for you that until now had been closed because of your old perspectives. Your old perspectives were keeping things closed for you. And through this work that you've done and through this time that you've been moving through, now those doors are opening, and now you're allowing new possibilities to come into your mind, to come into your thoughts. And that's where all ideas begin, right? They all begin in the mind, they all begin in your head. And it's because you're open to the possibility of them. So now these possibilities are opening for you, and I just feel this incredible new zest, like, all right, let's go for it. You know, like anything is possible, let's do it, let's try it. And so you're gonna get this new optimism really surrounding you in your life as you move through this new chapter that's coming in. All right. So what he's showing me is, don't let the past cloud your vision. Maybe there are some in this group who you kind of get into this brooding state about what your past, your memories. Perhaps you start rethinking of your memories, and what happens is he's showing me that it begins to cloud your vision, and it begins to cause you to look down and relive the past instead of looking forward and being open to what's in front of you and what the possibilities that are going to be opening for you. So be mindful of that. And it's not to say that you can't think about the past. And it's not to say that you need to punish yourself whenever that comes up. It's more about viewing it from a detached place. You know, when you're able to look back on what you've experienced and not place yourself back into being that person you were then, in that experience, in that memory, in that time. But more so like detach yourself and look at it from your new perspective. You're in a totally different place now. And you have the wisdom. You're being armed with the wisdom, like this whole process and this everything that you've been experiencing and working through. This is what it's creating, like an energetic distance from who you were then and who you are now. So it's giving you the capability to be able to look back at things and not have to put yourself into being that person then again. Hopefully this is making sense. He just keeps showing me like there's a detachment. There's a detachment that is happening. Yes, it is still part of your story. Yes, it is still part of your journey. It's part of your past. But now you're moving forward. You're moving into new chapters. The new chapters aren't going to repeat. They're going to look different. They're going to be different. The characters are growing through the book. You know, they're not supposed to be repeating the past, and they're not going to be. And they're not going to be. All right. He's showing me that there's still a little bit of turmoil. There's still a little bit, but it's part of the process, and you're working through it. You're working through it, and don't forget that, because the process can be long and the process can take time, and it's going to be different for all of us. But don't forget that you are still progressing. Don't forget that you are still moving forward. You are still moving forward, and so don't get lost in the I'm still doing this work, I'm still here, you know, I still have to process this, and it's like every day I'm doing this, or every week I'm doing this, and it's still coming up. And maybe you don't necessarily feel a change right away, but he's telling you quite literally reminding you right now, it's working. Things are happening, things are shifting on a subtle level, and he's saying you have to trust. That's the biggest message he's giving me right now, is he's caps lock, the word trust is in my mind right now. Just trust. You have to trust, and it has to come back to that knowing that it's that knowing that what you are doing is good for you. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's so much like commotion. I don't know if there's like construction going on over there, but your heart's under construction, you know, and construction takes time. It takes time. All right. Okay, something he's giving me here. Some may feel like, perhaps this is you, it's a sense of kind of being a little bit lost, like you're just swimming in the ocean and you're not exactly sure which way to turn. The waves are kind of coming from either side. You're not exactly sure, like, where is the current. There's just this sense of some feel a little bit lost, either in the process or what's coming up or where you currently are now. And you're just like, I don't know which direction. I'm just floating here. I'm just floating and hoping something takes me somewhere. What he's showing is there's a current that's actually moving through your heart. There's a current that's like moving through your heart, moving through your body, and that's what's moving you forward. So you're feeling lost in the ocean means like you're feeling lost in your emotions because you don't know where your emotions are taking you, but they're taking you exactly where they need to take you. The emotions are the current. Meaning that what you are experiencing right now is actually in the flow of what you should be experiencing. Like you are, oh gosh, it's the message of you are exactly where you need to be. What's happening right now is exactly what needs to be happening right now. This is the current. Wow. So this is interesting because what he's saying is that from there, it's like upon this realization that what's happening right now is what's meant to be happening, that you are where you need to be, that what's happening is aligning you to what you're wanting. Like the energy he's giving me is it's almost like you kind of phase out of the experience that you're having with all the emotional turmoil, with all the hard work, with everything that's happening. Whatever your situation is, emotionally. It's almost like when you realize that, you kind of phase out of all of that turmoil, and you begin to realize where you are. Oh my gosh, like this is so interesting because what he's giving me is this sense of like you begin to notice the things around you. And you begin to notice like the little birds, the trees, the grass, like moving, like all the little things. It brings you back into the present moment. And it has you realize that everything is unfolding perfectly. Everything is unfolding as it needs to unfold. There's a peace in that you retrieve from your emotions, and emotions can be very overwhelming, especially when they come up and especially as you're moving through your day. And one thing I really want to point out here for those in this group is that this is not isolated to just whatever practice you do, whether it's meditation to bring these things up, whether it's magic or candle work or whatever it is you do, or journaling, yoga, whatever your practice is, if you have one. This is not just solely connected to that. It's, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you just don't feel great, or maybe you're moving through your week and you just feel heavy and are in a mood, and it's that too. That's also part of the process. And so you need to realize that it's all, he just keeps saying come back to the present moment. But you don't have to force yourself to come back to it. It's more like just realize that it's all unfolding for you in the way that you need to allow the things that you want to come in as they need to come in. Just realize that, and you kind of find that peace in yourself again. All right. Yeah, he's saying that there, oh man, this group one, you may have a tendency to kind of, start going in circles and get overwhelmed by things, and just, there's a lot of kind of mental chatter here, but not even mental chatter. It's that your mind will start winding you and taking you places all around in your brain, and it gets you in your head. And what you need to do is to just come back to peace. Just realize, hey, like freeze, stop. Everything I'm thinking right now, it's all unfolding for me in perfect timing. And come back. Whew. All right. I feel that is it for Archangel Camiel's message to group 1. Let me know how that resonated for you in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Group number 2, if you chose group 2, if you resonated with group 2, let's see what Archangel we have coming for you today. Oh man, group number 1 had me all over the place. So let me just tune back in and we'll get started with your message. What Archangel do we have coming for group 2? Oh, I have a soft spot for this one. So for group 2, we have Archangel Azrael for you. Oh my gosh, I have not worked with him too often, but this one's energy is just so, it's very comforting. Okay, so what message does Archangel Azrael have for group 2? What do you have for us? This group is about spiritual connections. This group is very, oh my gosh. Okay, so the vibe he's giving me is very spiritual, very knowing. You kind of emulate this, I want to say peace, but it's not just that. It's a very deep spiritual wisdom. And it's a very grounded wisdom. It's a knowing. It's a knowing. Deep connection, deep knowing for this group. Okay, he's very subtle, which I feel like is probably the message too. There's some, all right, hold on. It's very, very subtle. Oh, I see. Okay. So, where are my words? I feel like that is it. That is his message, is that you are a very connected person. And yet, you find these moments where you feel like you start questioning and you start guessing. And you start wondering, like, where is my path supposed to lead me? Where is this supposed to take me? Is this the right move? Or how is this all going to look like? There's a big concern about how in this group, how things may unfold, how things will look like, how you're supposed to get there. He's showing me bridges. A lot of people are wondering, like, about the bridges to get you to the next place, or the bridge, like, what is that bridge going to look like? Where is it? When am I going to come on it? Oh man. So that's where the subtle thing comes in. That's where the subtle energy comes in, is that you are being given the answers. You are being shown the insight. You are receiving what it is you're asking about. And I just feel like there's questions here, maybe sign. I don't know if it's like you're looking for signs or something, but you are, I think, just asking, and maybe not even like seriously asking, but what he's showing is that you're receiving on a very subtle level, but you are receiving the answers. And so don't feel like your connection is struggling, and don't feel like you are having to really reach or grasp, like, can you please give me something? Because you're getting it. You're getting it. So, all right, hang on. He doesn't want me to get too loud in this reading, because this reading is all about pulling back and going within, becoming more silent and becoming more receptive. That's the word, receptive. Because he's saying the more that you throw out your questions and throw out your doubts or your guesses, you're kind of talking over what's trying to come in. So it's like the answers are coming into you, but you're talking over them, and so you're not hearing them, and they're trying to come in. You are receiving them, is what I keep hearing. You are receiving that which you're asking about, that what you're wanting. There is a very big, I want to say cosmic connection that you have. There's a very big spiritual connection. Your crown chakra is very open. Your crown center is like, boo, like the brightest one. Oh man. Like this big star right above your head. So you are very divinely connected. Oh wow, okay, so he's saying it's like, you know your place in the universe. You know, you have this knowing, you know your role. Maybe you don't fully realize what you came here to do, but there is this essence of it that you know somewhere deep down, some level, what you're here for. Oh my gosh, there's like a bunch of seagulls calling, and I feel like that's a part of it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're getting a lot from above. And I feel it's almost like you are, for some you may feel very overwhelmed by it, by what you hear, by what you receive, and by what you're getting, what's unfolding for you in this discovery of whether it be your purpose or your path or yourself, who you are on the inside. I feel that there's this kind of like group one, there's this unraveling for you, and this realization of Like I said, it's like who you are in this world, who you are, like your place in the universe. And for some it's very overwhelming, and for some it's very emotional, because when you get to that little core, or what I want to call the singularity, because I watched Interstellar last night, when you get to the singularity in the black hole and you discover that there's something there, it's powerful, you know, and it resonates so deeply for you to discover these parts of you and to truly know who you are, like the true you. It's a very big thing. And so some of you may have to sit with that. And by that I mean it's like when you're given this kind of answer, this kind of insight, you're not just going to take it and be like, woohoo, woohoo, and then like kind of toss it over your shoulder, right? You're going to take it and you're going to sit with it and really understand it with the deep wisdom and the deep knowledge that you have. You're really going to look at it and understand it and be like, this is who I am. Okay. There are parts of you that will fall away upon these discoveries, upon receiving these answers, realizing who you are, these realizations, these like, maybe it's an aha moment, but I really feel it's more going to be like a very divine, there's this hugely divine energy around it. And these false parts of you are going to fall away. Like there's going to be no holding on to them, because you will know who you truly are. And so the parts of you that you're trying to hold on to, maybe it's like you putting up a front in front of your friends because you're afraid that they may judge you, or that they might not accept the things that you like, the things that you want to do, who you truly are. That will all fall away, because that's not the real you. That's what he's saying. And it serves no purpose in your path ahead. And it's a very human thing to be afraid of that, because it's such a big change, it's such a big shift of these parts of you that are just melting. So some may try to grab onto them and hold on to them, but you can't hold on to something that's melting. Right? It's just going to slip out of your fingers. It's just going to, you know, liquid away. It's going to float away. This is really big for this group. And yeah, this is really big for this group. Okay, so he's kind of pushing a little bit into your future, or a future energy. Wow, okay, so those in this group, you have, oh my gosh, okay, your missions, your purposes, what you're here to do, what you're going to be doing, rather. That's more what I feel, what you're going to be doing. I think a lot of you will be so really, really trying so hard to make the most of it, do as much as you possibly can with it, and see, you know, what more can I do, what else can I do, you know, how can I contribute as much as possible. And really, I feel a part of this is playing into the fact that, you know, once you really begin discovering who you are, no matter where you are in your life when this happens, when it happens, it's like this thing comes up where you're trying to make up for lost time. And you're like, I just want to be doing as much as I possibly can now that I know. It's very emotional energy. He's bringing this into your awareness for a very specific reason. It's because you don't have to fall into that pit. You don't have to fall into that ocean of this false belief that you're never doing enough. Because that's not true. Because what you do, and everything that you do, it's all living out your purpose. What he's saying is, again, it's like group number one. It's like this peace in when things happen and how things happen, and the way that you live out your path, the way that you live out your purpose, and the way that you live out your mission. You don't have to be trying to grab onto everything and trying to do everything all at once. It's like, it's this peace in that. It's this very, very just calm peace in this knowing of what you came here to do is going to happen exactly as it needs to happen. It's going to unfold exactly as it needs to unfold. You're going to, oh my gosh. He's showing me a visual of like you and you being able to reach out to the people and cross paths with the people who you are meant to cross paths with, and heal or teach or in some way, you know, like positively affect the people that you are supposed to meet in your future because of what you are doing, because of your purpose and because of your path. That's all going to happen. So you don't have to be worried about it. And he's comforting you in that sense. You don't have to be worried about it. Because it's happening for you. Okay. All right. Oh wait, there's more. Your third eye. I don't want to say it's just opening, because if you're watching this channel, it's already open. But it's getting clearer. It's getting clearer, and you know, it's kind of like your vision is improving, and the distance at which you can see things is improving. I don't know if you've ever had like really bad vision. Just what he's showing me is suddenly you can see like 20/20 vision. Like you're able to see clearly, and you're able to see kind of like the unfolding of your path. And you're never going to be able to see fully into the future. You're never going to be able to see fully what's ahead, because the universe has to have some surprises for us. But you will see what's right for you, what you're meant to achieve. And what you're meant to share. For many of you, what you're meant to share. And there's a lot, is what he's showing me. There's not just the one thing. It's not just the one thing. There's a whole scope. there's a whole, oh my God, a range. There's a variety. There's so many things that many of us are meant to share. It's never just going to be the one thing. All right, I feel him to be pulling back on me here. So that is it for his message. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, group number 2. Let me know how that resonated for you in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Bye. All right, if you chose group number 3, this message is for you. So let's see what Archangel we have showing up for you today and what their message is. All right, give me a moment. All right, group number 3, we have Archangel Michael here for you. All right, all right. Oh my gosh, whenever he shows up, I always just feel like it's go time. Like, I'm ready. All right. Maybe you're feeling gung-ho about something. Let me see, what does he have to say? What does he have to share? All right, so this is about changes. Changes for you, changes. Not just internal changes, but external changes, the changes that you are meant to make. Yeah, that's so funny, yeah, because how we started. I'm like, I'm ready for battle, I'm ready, gung-ho, let's go. Yeah, you are saying you play a pivotal role. You have a massive part in the changes that we are supposed to see. You play a massive part in, I don't want to just say inspiring others to create change, but it's like you don't have to physically go out and like do an inspirational speech, but it's just by what you do and who you are that you put these energetic changes out into the world. And you're meant to achieve a lot. I really do feel this, like moving into the future time frame. Because what he's showing me is like the future you. Could be what you're even doing now, but what you're moving into, it's big. And it's major. Perhaps some of you really need to hear this, because I feel like there are some in this group who maybe keep themselves small in some way, or think that I'm just average, I'm just living my life, but you are more than that. You are so much more than that. Okay. Yeah, he's showing me again, it's about the keeping yourself small. Maybe you're not even doing this consciously, but he's saying that there are some who just, you don't know your worth. Oh my gosh. 2 hawks. Yeah, this group, you had 2 hawks. Like, that is huge. That you are quite literally, hawks to me always signify like spirit and messengers, and just like they have a huge like divine energy about them. And that's you. It's like, what was he saying? Know your worth. Know your worth, right? I don't think you realize just how powerful, just how grand you are, just, you know, the level to which your purpose plays a role in the collective, on this world, in this earth. Yeah. He's saying it's like you're looking down on yourself. You're not seeing it for yourself. And there's some in this group who's sitting and wondering, like, when am I going to figure things out? Or, is something ever going to come to me? Am I ever going to be, struck by some inspirational lightning? Yeah, it's this sense of there are some people who are kind of sitting here and like waiting for that to happen when you already have it within you. You already have it within you, and it's like light the fire, light the furnace, ignite it. Ignite it because you already have it in you. You are already capable of putting out there what you need to put out there. He's saying some of you already have the resources, the tools, the knowledge. Very much here, the knowledge. He's really pointing that out. He's saying the knowledge. So whatever it is you specialize in, or whatever it is you do, whatever your talent or your hobby or what you are passionate about, a lot about, right? So you already have that knowledge of it. And even if you don't know a lot about it, you're passionate about it, so you can talk a lot about it, right? And you can share it. And it's about really seeing yourself in that light of, I can share this. I can still put this out there. I don't have to have 5 university degrees before I go out and start talking about it. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. It's a route, but you don't have to take it. Make your own route. Do things your own way. Aha, okay. Yeah, he's showing me that's where a lot of you are getting stuck, is that you're basing your worth on things that try to fit you into a box. And you cannot be fit into the box. You are not the shape of the box. You are your own shape. You are this fluid, this creative, you don't fit in a box. Period. So don't fit yourself into that box. And oh my gosh, it's like you keep trying to do this and to like really squeeze yourself into a mold. And in doing that, you're looking at yourself and being like, I don't know if I can achieve this, and I don't know if I'm good enough for that, and I don't know if I'm ready, I don't know if I'm qualified. He literally just showed me taking his sword and going like this, like, cut that out. Cut that all away. You're more than capable. You are already equipped to do this. You already have what you need to do it. You can't wait to start because it's just, you're creating your own delay. And he's asking, why do you want to delay? Why do you feel like you need to delay? And if you feel that way, it's quite literally presenting you with whatever your answer is. If you feel like you are delaying yourself, that's presenting you with what you need to release. That's presenting you with what's stopping you. Okay. Yeah. Once this happens, he's saying this fire, light that inner fire. Light that inner fire, go get it. Go get it. Go gung-ho. Let's go. Let's do it. Take action. Light that fire, that spark of, I'm going to go do this. Set out for it and achieve it, is what he's saying. Set out for it and achieve it. Set your sights high. There are so many who are aiming here when you could be aiming here. It's like that saying, shoot for the moon and you'll still land in the stars. Go higher. Go out of this world. Because you are out of this world. You are too magical to to be putting yourself in this box. And just his delivery right now is just so funny because it's like, why are you doing this to yourself? I don't know, it's just so casual in this sense. He's just like, come on, let's go, get up. He's really, really so inspiring. Wow. I feel that to be what he's giving you. And I see this vision of him like he is trying to channel this like inspirational energy your way. He's like shooting these jets of inspiration at people in this group. Because he wants you to get up and do it. He wants you to get up and believe in yourself. He knows that you can do it. You know that you can do it. So do it. And what's going to happen is once you take that first step, once you take that first, like maybe a small step, maybe a big one, depending on the person that you are, but once you take it, you're gonna start putting that one foot in front of the other. And what's going to happen is you're going to start picking up the pace. And once you start picking up the pace, that's when you start running. And that's when you start, that's when you go. That's when you start going for it. The momentum picks up, the pace picks up. Things start happening quicker and quicker. And you start getting to things quicker and quicker. It's like going from a jog to a sprint, but you have to start out walking, right? You have to put that one foot in front of the other. Okay. Yeah. So for those in this group, his message for you is there are these blocks. That's what's blocking you. That's what's blocking you from seeing what you're capable of achieving. It's what's blocking this third eye right here. Is because you're keeping yourself tiny and you're thinking like, I don't know if I'll ever get to that height. I don't know if I'll ever get to, whatever it is you do. I don't know if I'll ever publish 3 novels. I don't know if I'll ever get to this many, 200,000 subscribers. I don't know if I'll ever have a successful business, whatever it is. And you keeping yourself small. So it's like, I'm not going to really try because I don't know if I'll get there. What is that doing? That's blocking you from seeing what you're capable of achieving. It's that mindset. So break it down. Take that sword, break it down. Call on Archangel Michael because he will help you with it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hello. He's got the stick. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I got a stick. Here you go. Okay, quite literally a dog gave me a stick. So I'm taking that as like a synonym for Archangel Michael's sword. He's giving you the stick. He's giving you the sword. Now go and swat away this mindset that is holding you back. All right. That is it for Archangel Michael's message. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how that resonated in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.